So I've been on a quest to try and fix the Land Rover. What it's doing is it's very slow to start, and then it'll sort of start up on one cylinder, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and the pump's real noisy. I was hoping that it's just air in the system, or a partially blocked filter or something like that, so I started off with the simple cheap stuff. Replaced the filter, I replaced the non-return valve and also the air bleed valve. I purged the system using the electronic purge the TD5s have, and no joy, sadly. It made it slightly better actually, but I suspect that's just because having a nice new filter and a completely clear air bleed valve just helped the pump on a little bit, but what was inevitably probably a dying pump, and I suspect that's probably because the truck has been remapped and I've tuned her up a little bit. But anyway, I've got a new pump, it's just arrived today, and I'm going to go fit it now. One thing I will say about me and my mechanics is I'm probably not a good example to follow. I just kind of crack on a bit and wing it, follow stuff I pick up on forums and this sort of stuff. There's much better how-to guides out there, and this is not really a how-to guide, it's just, I don't know, just me personally documenting what I'm up to at the moment because I'm kind of bored on lockdown. But you won't see me with a pair of gloves on and with all my tools laid out nicely, and I'm not trying to trivialise those who have got that sort of setup, but I don't know, I'm just disorganised, I guess, just being honest. So there's much better how-to guides out there, don't follow this. But what I'm going to do is I've cleaned the back out here, got rid of the mat, so rather than dropping the tank out of the bottom, I'm going to cut a hole in the back and cut a square out here which will give me an inspection hatch, so I can just lift the pump out, and that's going to make it so much easier because I've taken the diesel tank out of one of these before, and for my amateur mechanics it really stretched me. It was such a pain. In fact, I ended up for some reason having to angle grind bits of the tow bar off and the tow bar stays and this sort of stuff. I just couldn't get the tank back in. But again, that's probably simple for someone who's a bit better at this stuff than me. But anyway, I've looked up some very useful information on the forums, got my dimensions, I've measured to get a centre point for my hatch here. I've measured 330 back from the rear cross member, 400mm from this wheel well, and then I'm doing a 20 by 20 square hatch. I'm still a bit undecided on whether I'm going to use a jigsaw with a metal cutting blade or just going to go straight for the cutting disc on the angle grinder. Probably the latter, but anyway, I'm going to time lapse this now and give it a go. And hopefully it'll work, and hopefully I can take the Landy for a spin, because it was a little bit embarrassing towing it back with the Hilux a few weeks ago. So, better crack on. So I've just cut my inspection plate out. Now I'm just going to get the airline, blow all around here because it's all covered in mud and grime. I may have to, there's a stiffener support bar through here, and I'm going to see if I can get away with leaving that, but it may be that I'm going to have to cut that as well. So I'll see how that goes and come back to this in a second. So you can see the pump here. So all I've done is unclipped the fuel pipes here, pulled that little electrical plug out, and then you just got to spin this anti-clockwise, take that ring off, and then the pump should pull out. So the pump is actually ready to come out now, but what I'm going to do first is I'm going to sand around the edges because it's very sharp from where I cut it, so I'm just going to file off around the edges. And what I will do actually to do a nice little job is I'll get a mate of mine to make up a nice alley plate to go over here, which I'll either pop rivet back on or hinge it nicely. Probably I'll pop rivet it because it's only, and put it on just with a few pop rivets, and I'll probably put a little bit of rubber underneath to seal it up, because these pumps can be quite loud, to just soundproof it a little bit. But yeah, I'm going to get on and do that. File this, get this pump out, get the new pump in. Should be fairly straightforward. So there we have it. The old pump is now. So another update. I've just poured the diesel that was in the filter into a can, and look at the state of it. It's absolutely full of crap. Big lumps of dirt were coming out. So, and it is absolutely full of crap. Look, blimey, no wonder it wasn't running well. So you can see here, I've heard about this, I forget what it's called. Like I say, I'm no expert, but it's got this like jelly-like stuff. So it's not that the pump had packed up, it's just that it was absolutely clogged up with all this crap. To be honest, I don't know how it was working at all. But that's all it is. I'm still going to put a new pump in, which is a shame, because what I've done, I could have probably cleaned this one and got away with it, but I've snapped this little circuit board in half. I think that may be the fuel gauge, but that's a pain. Otherwise, I'm sure I could have got away with just cleaning this one up. But oh well, I'll put a new pump in. So this has been driving me absolutely mad. Locating the little seal on the pump and pressing it down with the seal all aligned, whilst keeping a pressure on the top of the pump so that you can catch the ring around. Oh my god, what a bloody pain that's been. And with all the various pipes in the way. So in the end I ended up pulling the pipes back through so that they weren't in the way. And I located the seal on the tank first, and then pressed the pump down, and that worked. But what a pain! But we're there now, finally, thank God. And I've just got 2 more pipes to poke in, which I'll do now. There's the green one, that's in, and then this last remaining one. They're all colour coded, which helps very on Land Rover like that to make something so easy. But that's all done now. Connect it up, purge it, see what happens. Hopefully it'll be all good. So we've got the new pump fitted. It's all a bit of a mess, but I think I made a bit of a meal of that. But just gonna see, I've just purged it. Just gonna see if she's gonna start. That's it. I'm absolutely filthy, but the Defender is fixed, so good job. It's taken me far too long, but again I've managed to wing it, and the Defender lives on another day, and so hopefully we won't have to tow home the Hilux again. Right, beauty, thank you. Bye.